Welcome to Chinatown. As part of our project, we had to come here, and we're going to give you a better insight on what Chinatown is. So, what services has Chinatown provided you, whether in the present or in the past, as an Asian American?
I think that it's mostly education because I'm an immigrant and I came here when I was 4. And if you guys don't know that in China, you have to pay for elementary and middle school and high school, and then through college if you make it. But the competition there is a lot more, and you have to pay. So I think definitely one of the reasons why we came over here was for education, for a better education. And then, well, Chinatown, it's everything's like really close. If you don't know, like everything's really close. So it's like for people that don't drive, it's a lot more convenient.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
So, what services has Chinatown provided you with, whether in the present or in the past, as an Asian American immigrant?
Yeah, I learn English here, and I go to community college at ELAD.
Okay.
And I finish ELAD, then I go to Cal State LA.
Okay. So it's been very influential because that helped you to learn English, and that gives you the other step to go to further your education, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, thank you very much. My pleasure. Thank you. Now we'll talk about the people that we interviewed, and they did not want to come in camera, so now I'll let you guys know what they said. The first person that I will be talking about is Jenny. Her age is 22 years old. The first thing that she told me is that she's new here in the United States. She just came from China maybe about a year ago. And then she told me that one of the things that she gets here from Chinatown is that she got free adult classes here at a local place where they provided her with English classes, and she was very fluent in English. And at a very small period. Another thing that she mentioned us is that they give her free healthcare. That here in Chinatown, there's clinics that offer them free healthcare, or if they're not completely free, they offer them a discounted rate, being the fact that they're Asian American immigrants. Another thing that she said that Chinatown helped her out was that this was a place where she got help to get a job, because the beginning language was a big barrier for her, and that was something that Chinatown helped her with obtaining a job. She knew people here, and she came, and then being the fact that a lot of people here spoke her native language, which is Chinese, she was able to get a job easier.
And today we went to a gift shop, pretty big gift shop, and the owner, her name was Lynn, and she was 60 years old. And we talked about, does she even know about the services, or does she use any of the services that Chinatown has to provide for her? And it seemed like what we learned today, many people do not know about the services, or they don't care, or they're just being helped by the family. But she talked about how education helped her. They gave her free education, language classes, English class, so she can learn and communicate with the society in America. And she also talked about how she gets free checkups. She goes to the doctor and it's for free, and it's in Chinatown, and how she's getting free healthcare. But as much as for business, it's just family owned. Family helps each other. She's not really aware about the business services that help here.
Now we'll be talking about Jerry. Jerry's 45 years old. He's also an Asian American immigrant. And what he told us is that Chinatown, what has provided him for the last 30 to 20 years, was that it has given him a job, and now he's a business owner. He currently owns a souvenir shop here in Chinatown. And he told us that that's something that really helped him out, because if he wouldn't have his business, he said that he may be working in a job that would be of hard labor, maybe here in Chinatown as well, most likely. But to his own accomplishment, he has his own souvenir shop, which was the great help he had. Many of the Asian Americans have their jobs through multiple organizations that provide funding for jobs. Back in 2001, according to the Asian American Federation of New York, they gave a $200,000 grant to the Chinatown Manpower Project. Through this project, they provided many jobs and funding, many organizations and jobs in Chinatown that helped many Asian American immigrants have a job. This program was honored back in 1992 when it had 20 years of service. According to Campbell Duong, which is the Deputy Director of the Chinatown Manpower Act, there was approximately 420 graduates of skilled labor, and according to them, between 84 and 88% of these people who graduated from their skill center received a job, which was designated for Asian Americans.
It will help develop leadership skills. It will enrich themselves educationally, empower themselves politically, economically, and that way it will help the community to grow and to be able to help other Asian Americans. Homework hour, which kids can go in, get on a computer, free access to computers and internet. They get to use for however long they want. And there are tutors around there helping the kids with school homework, math, English, history, biology, anything. And they're there helping them for free. And usually they can do one-on-one, they do groups, tutorings, and they also mostly focus on English because many Asian immigrants that come here don't speak English very well. And what it does is it teaches the kids on how to acquire a job. It teaches them how to write resumes, it teaches them also the interviewing skills. It teaches them how to be able to sell yourself to get that job. And also, it teaches them how to live up to the expectations of the employer, and how to write resumes, and etc. Anything about acquiring a job. One more important thing that the job workshop does is it helps them to set out their careers, which they will sit with you and see what career or job you're trying to pursue. For example, let's say they want to be a doctor, engineer. They'll sit down with you, what's the best way to get there.